Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Emil Ennis Jr. back here with Clever News. And if there's anything good to come out of 2020, it's Zoom. The power of Zoom has brought together some of our favorite cast members from our favorite shows for some of the greatest and not so great virtual reunions, so let's break it all down. Since we didn't exactly have the luxury of hanging out with our friends this year, we've at least been able to enjoy some virtual quality time with the TV cast of some of the best cult classic shows and films. Now, virtual Zoom reunions have basically been the real MVPs of this year because, let's face it, when else do you get to see an entire cast come together and reminisce on their most favorite moments together than during a global pandemic? Case in point, not one actor from Disney Channel's hit series Sunny with a Chance was too busy to catch up with their fellow castmates during the virtual reunion held back in April. Fans were thrilled to see many familiar faces, including Demi Lovato, Tiffany Thornton, Sterling Knight, Matthew Scott Montgomery, and Allison Snyder, to name a few, all reminiscing on their time together during the show's 2-year run. One instance that shocked fans to their core happened in the first 30 seconds of the reunion when Allison asked what everyone's been up to lately, to which Demi dropped this zinger.
How's everybody doing? What has everybody been up to since the show?
Everybody all at
Tiffany,
once, go.
What have you been doing?
Rehab several times.
I'm still unsure whether to laugh or cringe, but the cast appeared to be in good spirits as they talked about even more behind-the-scenes stories, including Demi's scorching hot dressing room and the fact that Demi and Sterling both agreed that Channing would definitely get back together. Now, the cast from Lizzie McGuire also took some time to reunite via Zoom earlier this year, organized by Jake Thomas, who played Lizzie's little brother, Matt, and they took things up a notch by recreating some of the iconic lines from that one episode forever ingrained in our memories.
I want a bra, okay? A bra! A bra, we want a bra!
The episode titled Between a Rock and a Bra Place was the start of every teenage girl's prepubescent journey, but one that fans still thank Lizzie to this day for being so open and honest with her mother while bra shopping, maybe even a little too honest. When joining in on the Zoom call, everyone was on board for a virtual table read of the iconic episode, and it was basically like we took a magical trip back to 2001 for a split second.
Tell me the truth.
A bra! Okay? I want a bra!
Seriously iconic, y'all. And it's safe to say Hilary Duff hasn't lost her acting touch in the slightest. One of the most highly anticipated rumors of the year was met with its share of backlash after a certain main character's head was most definitely not in the game. Yes, we're talking about you, Zac Efron. The cast all came together for a special Disney Family sing-along of the movie's theme song, We're All in This Together, which aired on ABC back in April. Fans couldn't wait to tune in, but were slightly disappointed to find that Zac wasn't able to zoom in, allegedly due to his hectic schedule and shooting in a location where Wi-Fi wasn't available. Instead, Zac's verses were sung by High School Musical, the series actor Joshua Bassett. And the show also featured cameos from influencers like Charli D'Amelio, which also didn't exactly go down well with fans. Charli D'Amelio was 1 year old when High School Musical came out. Why the hell is she in this reunion right now? That made me mad. Aside from the backlash, the live event lifted the spirits of many and only got fans even more hopeful for a follow-up reunion, hopefully with Zac RSVPing yes. The victorious cast reunion, on the other hand, was met with massive amounts of praise as the full cast appeared on Zoom, including Victoria Justice, Daniela Monáe, Ariana Grande, Liz Gillies, Avan Jogia, Leon Thomas III, and Matt Bennett to celebrate the show's 10th anniversary. Daniela gushed about what actually went down during the reunion on her Adulting Like a Mother-Father podcast, saying, quote, "I feel like we all just really enjoyed everyone's company. One thing we talked about on the Zoom call was what are some things we hear about to this day in regards to our characters. Like Leon said, fans always ask, where's your grandma? Matt said, where's Rex? Ari said that everyone wants her to talk in her cat voice, or they say, why don't you talk like that? Matt also talked about his favorite episode of Victorious, which was Trapped in an RV, where he revealed that it was the first one where everyone from the show was in the same place at the same time, and it brought many interesting dynamics. Speaking of interesting dynamics, the cast of the cult classic Mean Girls also treated fans to a special 16-year anniversary celebration appropriately held on October 3rd.
On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
It's October 3rd.
Tina Fey, Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, Amanda Seyfried, Jonathan Bennett, Daniel Franzese, and Lacey Chabert reunited via Zoom on Katie Couric's show, where Katie filled in as Mrs. George in place of Amy Poehler. But just days after the reunion, Jonathan Bennett, who played Aaron Samuels, spoke to E's Daily Pop about what it was really like getting the cast back together again. And apparently it was a little more awkward than initially anticipated.
We haven't all been together in 16 years, and to all be together for the first time and do it on Zoom, already it's awkward to see each other for the first time, you know, because you want to say so many things. But then when you're on a Zoom call, it's even more awkward because you're like waiting for the person to talk and you don't want to interrupt.
Fans also pointed out a few awkward moments between Lindsay, Rachel, Adam, and Lacey when reenacting the infamous four-way phone call. But we've got to admit, the feat of getting the entire cast together after 16 years was beyond fetch in and of itself. But moving on, all thanks to the magical inner workings of Draco Malfoy, aka Tom Felton, the cast of Harry Potter treated fans to a 19th anniversary celebration of the first film last month, where the cast including Daniel Radcliffe, Tom Felton, Bonnie Wright, Ivana Lynch, Rupert Grint, and many others virtually reminisced on some of their fondest memories while filming together. The cast laughed over some pretty hilarious behind-the-scenes secrets, especially one shared by Rupert Grint, who played Harry's best friend, Ron Weasley. He admitted that while filming serious scenes, his incessant laughing problem got so uncontrollable that he and Daniel would have to film scenes separately. Tom also revealed that the film's director, Chris Columbus, didn't let the kids see the Great Hall until it was time to film in there, saying, "He actually brought us in on camera for the first time, so when you see us looking around like, woo, no acting skill required at all." It was an enjoyable reunion to say the least, and we can't wait to see what the cast is cooking up for next year's Big 2-0. And trust me, there were so many incredible reunions worth mentioning, including cast from The Office, 1998's Parent Trap featuring Dennis Quaid, and Lindsay Lohan, and even the witches from Hocus Pocus dropped in to deliver a PSA about the importance of voting just before the 2020 presidential election. Who knew these witches were able to use their powers for good, am I right? And finally, even though this wasn't a Zoom reunion, we have to give a shout out to Will Smith and the entire cast of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for their epic reunion that aired on HBO Max. It brought me to tears and was honestly one of the best TV show reunions I've ever seen. But 2021 is sure to bring plenty more entertainment in the form of shows, movies, or maybe more Zoom reunions. But to get all the details on Ariana Grande's upcoming project, click right over here for another Clevver News video, and then let us know which Zoom reunion was your favorite, and is there still a reunion that you would like to see? Let us know down in the comment section below. I'm your host, Emil Ennis Jr. You can find me on Instagram at Emil Ennis Jr., and I'll see you soon right back here on Clevver News. Bye guys.